Well, that's not good. It's like installing Spotify. What are you talking? What do you mean installing, dude? This thing's been on my computer since I've had it. There we go. Dude, Spotify's struggling. What's happening? Yeah. I think it's the app that was struggling for me earlier. Oh, okay. Was it? I hope not. Maybe. Maybe there is. Ooh. Oh boy.
Ah, we are live.
Oh yeah.
It's live time.
Oh yeah.
And before 10:30 as well.
Yes, it is.
Whoa.
Can you tell what game the song is from?
Halo 3.
Try again.
Okay.
That probably would have been
Halo
my first guess too. Actually, it was Halo 3. Nah, it's Halo
Oh,
Reach.
I remember like going through like, you know, like the forest in the first level or whatever, and hearing similar music to this.
Yeah, that's true.
So then I guess Halo 2 would be next. Oh, JJ Fit says Reach.
Fit with that Reach. Nice work.
I'm trying to figure out where was this in Reach.
Great question. I'm not sure.
Where would it be in Reach? Where would it be in Reach?
Oh. Whoa.
I can't remember where this would be in Halo Reach.
It is titled... Oh, I'm wrong. You were right. This is Halo 3. I apologize.
I'm quitting the podcast. That's it. That was the last straw. Right
I had started playing the Reach version, but that was only 1:53 seconds. So I went to the Halo 3 version, which is 5 minutes 20 seconds. So I apologize.
It's too late. It's too late.
Ooh,
Goodbye.
Sorry.
Goodbye. Good luck.
You're
Have fun.
right, dude. It's probably in the beginning of the game too. That's funny.
Nope. Good luck. Have fun. Bye. You gonna tell me this one's Halo 4 now?
No, this is still the same song from Halo 3.
Yeah, because this is the section that you would fight the, like, just after like the Pelicans, they crash or whatever. I'm hit, the Pelicans went down or whatever, and then you're fighting the Jackals on the other side of the river, or like, it's this section.
All right. Oh. wish I was in that choir. It's a badass song right here.
I don't wish I was in the choir. I wish I was in the room. I think it'd be cool to be in the room.
Which room though?
The room that they record in like that.
Oh, okay.
You know? No? You know?
Ew, dude, this is sick.
Oh, the Halo 3 soundtrack is underrated. I'm calling it now. I know a lot of people have a lot of love for Halo 2 soundtrack, especially with the guitar and all that stuff. But like Halo 3 is very underrated. ODST is very high on there too.
Yeah, I like how each of the games has kind of like a each of the games has kind of like a tone to it, you know.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Halo 4 certainly, Halo 5, Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite's a little bit all over the place. Halo 3 and Halo 1 are, I think, a little bit more similar to each other. And then Halo 2 is a little bit out there, but I like Halo 2.
Halo 3 mixed things from Halo 1 and Halo 2 for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Just lack thereof electric guitar, whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Rabble, welcome to the stream.
Welcome everybody else listening.
Oh, well, okay, all right. We're starting. Okay, so do you know anything about Tekken by any chance?
I'm familiar with the name. I think it's a fighting game, but I can't tell you more than that.
Okay. So they just announced Tekken 8 today. I guess they had the official trailer or whatever, right?
Okay.
For Tekken 8.
Yeah.
And I'm so confused because I feel like every single Tekken game has like the same storyline.
Do they even
because
have?
I feel like the main character is still fighting that same rival bad guy or whatever from Tekken like 4, 5, and 6 or something. I'm so confused.
It's like Ash Ketchum and Team Rocket.
Right? Except 8 games of it.
Right.
Not 15 or 16 years of it.
What does a story mode in a fighting game look like? Because I don't even like that doesn't really make sense to me.
I'm not actually 100% sure, but I feel like their story is also in trailers and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And then they have like I guess the individual characters have their own like what is it? Like their own like end stories or end like endings.
Okay.
Right. So I guess if you play as the main character Jin, you would have this ending. If you play as the main character, the rival character Kazuya or whatever his name is, you would get like a different kind of ending for it.
Okay.
And I feel like one of them is like a canon ending, or a couple of them could be a very canon ending specifically for whatever it is. But the way I understand it is like Jin is trying to get revenge on somebody that killed his mom, or something like that, if I remember correctly. And I feel like for the past like 6 or 7 games, forgive my naivety, but like for the past like 6 or 7 games, he's been trying to kill the same person. You know?
So he's not doing a very good job.
It's just not happening.
It's not really
and so
cards.
like these battles just seem to like these trailers seem to rally around like Jin versus Kazuya or something like that, and then like you know the next trailer for the next game, Jin versus Kazuya. Like are we done with this yet? No? Okay, Jin versus Kazuya again. Huh?
Well, I mean, like, I guess, yeah, that does seem a little bit crazy. Oh, now, are you familiar at all with, like, the storylines of, like, other fighting games? Like, is Mortal Kombat, like, the same people, or are they new enemies? Like, do you know anything about any of the other ones?
The way I understand it is Mortal Kombat actually has its own story. Mortal Kombat's actually a multiverse, if I remember correctly.
Oh.
Yeah, and they actually have their own story in, like, all these chapters that they go through. And actual cutscenes.
Like each of the characters has their own kind of like background and story.
Yeah, so like you follow this one character for a little bit. Let's say he fights like 4 or 5 enemies, and then after that you move on to like the next character. You play as this next character, and it continues the story and like their point of view on this story. But it's all interconnected into this one larger story.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's the way I understand Mortal Kombat. I don't know about Street Fighter, to be honest with you.
Okay, well that's all right.
Yeah.
You know what I'd like to see? I feel like Halo, you know, if you had some studio make it, Halo could have like a fighting kind of game like that, you know?
Well, if I'm correct, Dead or Alive had Spartan in it.
Dead or Alive did have a Spartan in it. Oh, was it Dead or Alive? Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, they had a Spartan in it. But I mean, like, just like every character as like a Halo character.
And then Killer Instinct had like the Arbiter, or like a version of the Arbiter you can play as.
Yeah, exactly. Imagine having like the Arbiter and Master Chief and Tartarus, and you could have Escharum, and you could have, I don't know, just bring out all of them. You know, bring out Cortana. I don't know what she would do, but
you'd be fighting a lot of brutes probably.
Yeah, right.
Do you want to be Team Monkey or Team Spartan?
Yeah, right. But I don't know.
Red team, blue team. You want to be Agent Locke? Fine. See him get his ass kicked by some brutes? Sure.
I was literally thinking that like you could reenact like Master Chief and Spartan Locke and have like this epic kind of battle with them, you know?
Or you can just reenact that scene from Avengers 1 where like a brute picks up Agent Locke and just smashes him around like Loki did with Hulk. Or,
there you go.
Hulk did with Loki.
Yeah, you could do that. But like, why not? Why not have like some studio that could make a fighting game? Just make a Halo fighting game. Like, what's the harm? Let's do it.
I mean, you could try. If it doesn't work, then at least you tried.
It's not my kind of thing,
I guess on a business end, it would probably not make sense.
You don't think so?
Well, I guess I mean, you're a bit more business minded than I am. So, like, would you spend money on trying to create something that, on a whim, may not work, but also could be super successful? Like, which one would you want to go with? Something that it can be and you almost guarantee be super successful, or not?
Well, I think like if you're going to do something like that where you're going to kind of take a risk and you're hoping that there's some kind of reward for it, like you want to make sure you have everything else kind of in a line and doing well, and then then you would also like take that risk at the same time. Like you wouldn't stop mainline Halo games to then change it all into fighting games, right? Like obviously like that would be absolutely ridiculous, a terrible idea. But the idea of like, hey, well maybe we just try, you know, kind of like we turn Halo into an RTS. Like, why not have some studio turn Halo into a fighting game like that? Like, what other fighting games even exist on Xbox? I'm sure there's an audience for it. I'm not one of them, but I'm sure there's an audience for it. And you know, who knows? Maybe Halo would be it could be cool to see that.
You can create like your own Xbox universe, I suppose. Like, just imagine having the Spartan versus Marcus from like Years of War.
Oh my god, yeah. Get Cheap in there, Marcus.
So instead of having it specifically Halo, because like when you do specifically Halo, how many options of characters do you actually have that are going to be unique and different?
You could get like 10 characters in there. That would be pretty good, I think.
I mean, what does a fighting video game, like how many characters are like much default on there? Let alone, I know they have expansions for characters or other kinds of characters. You know, like what is like a typical streamlined default amount of characters you'd want in a fighting game? Is it 10?
Character? It's probably more. How many characters do fighting games have?
Right, and then each character would have to try to have their own or a very distinct style of fighting. Otherwise, you're just, you know, copy and pasting.
Right. According to Google, it says somewhere between 20 to 25 characters, factoring only modern games. Factoring only modern games in probably a little closer to 30s. Okay, so you're talking like 30 characters here.
Right. So does the Halo universe have 25 to 30 unique enough characters or unique enough fighting styles?
All right, let's go here. Who's the obvious? We got Chief, Arbiter.
Chief would be very obvious. Right. Locke, maybe. I don't know, because I guess he's technically trained by Oni, so I guess you could have a different fighting style. Maybe a Spartan 4, because a Spartan 2 and a Spartan 4 were trained, I'm sure, differently.
Yeah, and you know, the other thing with Locke too, right? Like fighting characters all have like a unique kind of like weapon or attribute, right? Locke's could be that thing that like, you know, freezes a Spartan and the Spartan can't move at all, you know?
Rabble says Prophet of Regret and his chair. I mean, that could be cool.
Yeah, let's get Regret in there.
Like he just points at you and like you just have all these lasers and like cleansing beams coming in. Talking about the Great Journey. You are not part of the Great Journey.
I'm gonna get Cortana in there. Tartarus, yep. Johnson.
Yeah, Johnson it could have a unique enough style. There you go.
Gotta get a
and maybe an
hunter in there,
ODST.
right?
So Buck or the rookie maybe.
Oh, Buck. Yep, we'll get Nathan Fillion, bring him back to do some lines.
There you go.
Is my pen
right.
Okay, there we go. Buck.
We would need some form of elite or something. So like the Arbiter.
Got the Arbiter. Oh, half jaw or split jaw, split lips. What's his name?
Half jaw.
Half
You had
jaw.
it first right the first time. Split lips, half lips, half something.
Said split lips.
Mandible man.
We gotta get Yip Yap, right?
Yip Yap the Destroyer. So then at that point, are you going to start going into all the different characters you can play as in like Halo Wars 2? Because then you can throw in a hunter if you want, or the Hunter Twins.
Oh yeah, we gotta
right?
get a hunter in there. Who doesn't want to be a hunter?
Right.
You don't need
Halo
a
Wars
jackal.
2 had red team, so would you get Jerome, Douglas, or Alice or something?
Yeah, maybe one of the red team
Emil, you would
Spartans.
want Emil in there. Emil feels like he'd be a very good character to have in like a fighting game like that.
Oh yes, his look is so unique too, so that's perfect.
Yeah, exactly. So Emil would probably like what right? Okay.
Halo
what
CE,
else?
right? You got who you get in Chief. I'm trying to think of like okay, game by game, what couple.
Yeah, now
characters
you
are
see
taking
now you're
from each
starting to
game.
like dig in the bottom of the barrel though, right? Like, do you get a flood? Can a flood be a fighting type?
Yeah, you gotta have a flood.
Would they
combat.
just slash at you?
Yeah, flood form. Maybe that can be the thing. Is like the flood can like one of the attacks is like a whole bunch of little floods come all over the place or something like that.
Either that, or
out
it
of
could be
nowhere.
that the pure form in Halo 3 that changes into
Ooh.
like the other two.
Great
Two
idea.
different versions.
Okay. You have any other off the top of your head? Because we got a number here. I mean, this is pretty good.
Rabble says I want to fist fight the Gravemind. The Gravemind could be the big bad that they have to fight, and it's just all these tentacles just like coming down and
That's
like
a great
knocking these guys
idea.
out.
Yeah, it's like a big boss or something like that. Gravemind.
Yeah, like how like Super Smash Brothers has like the hand or something that they fight. Like
Yeah, exactly.
it could just be this big, massive ass tentacle.
Dude, you
Or,
just
like-
brought back so many memories when you said the hand. That's so crazy.
And then like all because like Marvel vs. Capcom has that I think as well, like the hand or something. Anyways,
All right,
what else did you bring in?
Let me go over what we got here. I mean, we might be at the end of it right here, but let me go over what we got. We got Chief, Arbiter, Atriox, Locke, Regret, Tartarus, Cortana, Johnson, Buck, Halfjaw, Yip Yap, a Hunter, Emil, and a Flood form.
How many is that?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we're like 6 away from hitting the minimum requirements.
Okay, so then the Didact,
Oh, great choice.
right? Would you therefore bring in the Librarian?
I don't know.
I don't think the Librarian is a fighting type as much as she's a pacifist, maybe.
Yeah, she just keeps bringing in like other species to like fight for her.
Yeah, she could be like Sentinel or something and just bring in a bunch of Prometheans.
Oh, Julam Dama, right? Do you think he has enough of a character power?
But see, now we have
be in a game like
three
this?
different elites. You got Halfjaw, you got Arbiter, and you got Julam Dama.
Yeah, I think that's okay.
And like, how many different Spartans do we have?
We only have 2.
2 Spartans. Okay.
Probably get another Spartan in there, honestly.
What about like a Jackal? Is there like a?
I don't know.
Could we bring in like the Sentinel Enforcers?
I was just
You know
thinking
the
like
big Sentinels that you fight in Halo 2?
yeah, a Jackal, and like the epic move is like Jackal Sniper, and he just like snipes somebody in the head, and like that's just the end move right there.
That's it. Yeah,
That's it.
exactly.
You can't do anything about that. Like, okay, here's some other characters, but I don't know if you're throwing them in a fighting game, right? Like Dr. Halsey, you're not throwing her in a fighting game,
No.
Miranda Keys.
Nope.
You're
not fighting.
Although she has those dual SMGs, from that one scene when her and Johnson were trying to retrieve the index. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, but all I can think is like, when you have human characters like that, they're just squishy.
Yeah, Lasky, same exact thing, right? Just kind of squishy. Squishy.
Lasky squishy Lasky over there.
I can't think of any others. I don't think we have enough for a fighting game. I think you're right.
Maybe we are missing quite a bit here. Like, I mean, yeah, you would probably get a bunch of different elites and brutes and just a bunch of Spartans.
Yeah, like if Halo was really gonna make this, you'd have some like B level characters that like nobody knows, right? Like you would.
I mean, you could. So, Rabble saying Yap Yap versus Tartarus 1v1 is not going to last long. However, let's bring up the point of Halo 5 brought in that Grunt Goblin. So what if Yap Yap was inside the Grunt Goblin?
Oh, totally.
Right.
Totally.
Could that work? I mean, that would work. That would work more than a squishy grunt.
Noble 6 is a good one. Reach has a lot of Spartan. I mean, you could just like put that whole team in the game, really. Yeah, but you're right. At a certain point, it's like, well, how different can you make each Spartan to make it like a different character?
So then, like in that situation, then let's make like a Xbox, like an Xbox like fighting game where you can have like I guess you can have like a Tekken style like Xbox fighting game where you have Master Chief in the Halo universe and a couple like Covenant or whatever. You can have Gears of War characters. If I'm correct, isn't like Tomb Raider like exclusive or like timed exclusive? So you can have Lara Croft or something.
They don't own that character, so you wouldn't have her. However, they own Perfect Dark, so you can have Joanna Dark.
There you go. Okay, we also got Bethesda games now, right? So like, what are under Bethesda? Don't we have like Fallout now and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah,
right?
you
so
could have
bring one of those characters in.
You could have somebody in the power armor or the power suit.
There you go. Right. So I feel like an Xbox fighting game would be a bit better suited.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Like if you needed to, you could start dipping into like A level characters, right? You could have like Arbiter maybe for like the Xbox thing. But you're right, like just at a Halo 1, you're really starting to scrape when you got the Prophet of Regret in there in a fighting game. It's like, okay, maybe we're trying a little bit too hard here. But I think that could be cool. Now, what do you think about like an Xbox racing game, kind of like PlayStation had Crash Team Racing, Nintendo obviously has Mario Kart. Do you have a Xbox racing game?
An Xbox racing game? Yeah, it's called Halo Infinite Forge.
Nice work. Oh, Doom? Yeah, the Doom guy.
Gameware is just naming all sorts of characters left, right, and center now. He's like, Captain Bright, Soap, Ghost, Mason, Woods. Those are all Call of Duty characters.
Yeah, they own Call of Duty. Right. Captain Bright. Dude, we could get a stellar lineup for a fighting game, I think.
Now he's like, Forza! Let's get a racing car in there!
It's just a car that just drives like across the screen and then keeps resetting over to the left. Yeah, Gears, right? Marcus Phoenix. I wish I knew the Gears characters better. I don't know them though.
I think there was Coltrane, Marcus Phoenix. You had starts with a B. I can't remember now.
Bertolt?
Bear or something. I can't remember his name. I could have sworn it started with a B. Or you can have Carmine. There you go. Carmine.
Who are the newer Gears characters? Do you know that?
I played Gears of War 1. I played Gears of War 2. I missed out on Gears of War 3. I didn't play Gears of War 4. I beat Gears of War 5, and I have no goddamn clue what happened.
Oh, wow. I only played Gears of War 1 and... Actually, I might have only played Gears of War 2. Story mode.
Okay. Yeah, I don't remember it too much. So I did play like Gears 5 recently, and I was so confused as to what was going on.
Really?
The entire time. Yeah. But I feel like, you'd have to play Gears of War 4 in order to understand what's going on.
Yeah, probably. Yep. Yeah. All right. Well, there we go. Let's get a Xbox fighting game going. That sounds good.
You have the blueprints.
We can do it.
Oh, there you go.
Sign me up.
All right. What was happening in the Halo news this week? Did you do anything? Did you see anything?
Yeah, this might be the biggest news to come out of Halo since the announcement of 343 taking over Halo. Bonnie Ross, studio head of 343 Industries, is outie. She's out. She's leaving.
She bought an Audi?
She bought an Audi and she's driving away. So she tweeted out, she says, while I had hoped to stay with Halo until we released the winter update, I'm letting you know I will be leaving 343 and attending to a family medical issue. I am incredibly proud of the work everyone at 343 Industries has done with Halo Infinite, the Master Chief Collection, the Halo television series, and so much more. It has been an honor to serve alongside the team for the last 15 years and to be a part of a universe that I love. Thank you to everyone in the Halo community for your support. Halo's future is bright. I cannot wait for all of you to experience what we have in store and to cheer alongside you. As a fan, at the Halo World Championship in October, Axios, Bonnie Ross. Axios. So, yeah, this news came out like 2 days ago, and I think surprised a lot of people. Okay. There's a lot of things that are kind of going on. So I'm just going to go my initial reaction. I think that I'm a little bit surprised. You know, whenever there's a big move like this, I think it's always surprising. Anybody who says like, oh yeah, dude, I saw this coming. It's like, yeah, you can kind of see it coming when you're looking back at it. But like when something like this actually happens, it's pretty surprising. So I'm surprised. I don't know. According to this tweet, because she says, while I had hoped to stay with Halo until we released the winter update, that makes me think that she was planning on leaving this winter. And then she stepped out early to attend to a family medical issue. So here's the deal. I don't know if she's forced out by Xbox and by Microsoft, or if she is resigning on her own and she was going to stay until the winter update and she was going to leave around the holidays. That seems likely to me. And then maybe she really did, you know, somebody in her family is having a medical issue and she just decided to kind of leave early to attend to that. It could also just be corporate speak, like, hey, we're going to give you kind of like a reason to you know, go out. And then, you know, you put this out, then people aren't going to be like celebrating or, you know, being all crazy about Bonnie Ross leaving, which they are anyway. But you know, it's a way to go out that doesn't look like she was fired. Maybe she wasn't fired. Maybe she really did resign. Maybe this was in the plans all along. We're going on about 10 years now, I think, of Bonnie Ross being in charge of 343. That's an entire decade. So, you know, I don't know if she resigned. I don't know if she was forced out. Regardless, I hope, or sorry, still on my reaction here. Regardless, I was very surprised, and yeah, I think I was just surprised and sort of in shock. I don't know, Mystery. When you first heard that Bonnie Ross was leaving, what's your initial reaction here?
Oh, I mean, you were there, so
yeah, I know, but nobody else was. And I'm not gonna start talking about how you felt.
Yeah, I mean, I just found out maybe like just before the podcast started, so it was kind of surprising to me, to be honest. But at the end of the day, I mean, if it wasn't for, I guess, Bonnie Ross and, like, you know, 343 Industries in general, we wouldn't have new Halo content.
Yeah, probably. That's definitely a really good point. Like, Microsoft was planning on shelving Halo. They weren't going to make any more Halo. They were going to, you know, just kind of wait with it and to figure out what to do next. Bonnie Ross comes out of nowhere, goes, hey, coach, put me in. Give me the ball. And she created a studio. She created 343 Industries. And, you know, there's a lot of people who got started with Halo during the 343 era. I think Halo 1 Anniversary was the first game that came out officially from 343, and, you know, obviously then you had Halo 4, and look, it's a bumpy road. Like, let's not sugarcoat it. It's been a bumpy road for 343. as the
If I
studio
recall
head.
correctly, I think 343's first project was one of the DLCs for Halo Reach.
Yeah, I thought that came with Halo 1 Anniversary, but I could be wrong about that.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, or maybe they had done something earlier. I mean, that could during the life of Halo Reach, it changed hands
Right.
from
Yeah.
Bungie to 343 for sure. And then I think like the
Yeah,
first
and their
box that
first
had 343 on the
major
back
game-
was
Right, I think their first major game would have been Halo CE Anniversary then, yeah.
yeah. And then you had Halo 4 and then Master Chief Collection, then Halo 5. So I guess what I'm trying to say is like there's a lot of reasons to be thankful for Bonnie Ross, even if you are pessimistic and kind of down on Halo. Like, she at least kept the heartbeat going, to say at the very, very, very least. You know, there is a lot that she did that I'm thankful for. I think at the same time, I obviously had I've had some issues as well. I don't know if I really need to get into all the issues that I had, but it's complicated, right? My relationship with Halo during Bonnie Ross's tenure has been complicated for sure. I would say mostly positive, but still kind of complicated. And so I'm not celebrating that she's leaving. I'm also not upset that she's leaving. I think like, okay, you've been in charge of the studio for 10 years. You've done a number of things. You won Studio Head of the Year that one year, whatever. I am okay moving on from Bonnie Ross. At the same time, like, you know, be careful what you wish for people who really don't like Bonnie Ross. We don't know what we're getting next. I mean, we know who we're getting next, but we don't know what that exactly looks like. So under different leadership, we'll see what happens. I don't know. I don't know if I won't say I feel good about it, but also like I'm not mad about it either. Where are you at with that? Are you happy she's gone? Are you upset she's gone?
I'm indifferent. I mean,
Yeah, that's how I feel.
if it really is family problems, then I hope that, you know, it gets, you know, concluded, or, you know, it ends on a good note for her, and then maybe she can come back, or maybe she can, you know, venture in another franchise and build something else there, right?
Yeah, I mean, the way her tweets worded, I think that she was leaving this winter no matter what, and then decided to leave early because of family issue, is the way that this looks like, the way that I'm reading it.
Right, and you've already mentioned like, a little while ago that like we will never know what the real reason is.
Yeah, but I guess what I'm saying is like I don't think she's ever gonna come back. Although
you can never say never.
I was just about to say. I was just about to say, right? Like, just to stay in, you know, a bunch of other people. That's certainly true.
Right. Yeah.
So
maybe she could come back with maybe something a little bit less in regards to stress, or like, you know, something like maybe she can be a consultant or something in the future.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I'm
Right.
sure that she's gonna have her phone ringing like crazy for whoever comes into this next. Because look, I don't envy the job of running Halo. No matter what you do, no matter what direction you go in, whether you're going classic, whether you're going, you know, 343's direction, no matter what you're doing, you are under a microscope and you're going to be criticized. And that seems like a tough job. But so she's out. She's gone. She's out. Now, you may be saying to yourself, well, who's going to become the new studio head? I hear you thinking. Is that what you were thinking, Mystery?
Yeah. Who's gonna be the new who's gonna be the new studio head? Now that we've kind of said that.
So I'm going to read a little bit here. This article from Windows Central. And they talk about it right here. So studio veteran and production lead Pierre Hintze. I think I'm pronouncing that wrong, but Hintze. Hintze. Okay, you tell me how to pronounce it. Will become studio head of 343 effective immediately, leading the studio's ongoing development of Halo Infinite, the Master Chief Collection, as well as future games. The senior leadership team will expand with new roles, including Brian Koski, who will become the GM of franchise, and Elizabeth Von Wick, who will oversee business and operations. So what's interesting about that is that they're taking Bonnie's position, and while that position as studio lead still exists, they are taking two of those responsibilities and delegating them and creating new positions out of them. So GM of the franchise and business and operations leader, basically, which I don't know what exactly goes into those roles. Like, they sound very business generic to me. Like, okay, GM of franchise and then somebody who oversees business and operations. To me, that's what a GM is. So I don't know why you have two people for that. And then also there's a studio lead. So it's like, I don't really understand these titles, but that's okay. Clearly, there are some responsibilities that Bonnie had, and maybe on her way out, she was kind of like, look, like this is just too much for one person. You guys got to split this up into a couple different positions. So those are the new people who are in there now.
So you're telling me that it took 3 people to do her job?
I am saying that her job is now being done by 3 people. Yes.
I mean, that if that's the case, that's a pretty large testament to, what she was doing for 343 Industries. And not just that, that is a loss for 343 in regards to also, like, a little bit of like that. I don't want to, how do I say this without, sounding ridiculous or something? Like the whole like female developers and all that kind of stuff, right? Like she made her way to the top.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, she created it, right? Like, she really created everything below her, which is really cool.
Like a strong female lead there, kind of thing.
Yeah, I would say.
I don't know what the politically correct term is here, so I'm just gonna stop.
I don't even know if you can. I don't even know if you can say any of that sentence that you said there, Mystery, anymore. Look, obviously business savvy. If you were going to convince anybody at Microsoft to allow you to continue on a franchise that they were kind of like, we don't know what to do with this, and they literally told her, you don't want this, and she's like, no, put me in, coach, give me the ball. Brass balls. Okay, that takes some cojones right there. So yeah, very strong person in Bonnie Ross to go ahead and ambitious to take that and march forward with it. It didn't. I think there's a lot of arguments to whether or not she was capable of doing that role. And again, Halo 343's tenure with Halo has been very complicated. And I don't know, maybe it was too much. Maybe there should have been more positions to start with when they first formed the studio. I mean, I really don't know, and I can't really speak to any of that.
Right.
I don't want to talk bad about her. Again, she continued the Halo franchise when this thing was going to be thrown up onto a shelf. But I also don't want to just like praise her, because there have been a ton of issues, and a lot of issues that I've had with 343 generally, especially starting out when 343 had first started. So I have like a weird relationship here with 343 and with Bonnie Ross. I think that as time has gone on, for the most part, things were getting better. Obviously, Halo Infinite there's a lot of mixed reactions to Halo Infinite. Personally, I enjoy Halo Infinite. I like it, and I'm willing to be patient waiting for all this stuff to come out. However, the idea that I even have to say I'm willing to be patient for all the content to come out is like, okay, well, that's an issue right there, that it wasn't there to start with. And I get it. Like, I've seen a lot of people just go like, dude, it's not Bonnie's fault. It's not like she's coding all day. Like, okay, yeah, I hear you. But also, there's ownership and responsibility for whoever's in charge. And she is in charge. She's the studio lead. You can't let her off the hook when 343 does something that you don't like. You can't go, I can't believe 343 is doing this, and they're terrible, but also Bonnie Ross is the best and blameless. Like, that doesn't make sense. So, I don't know. I have a weird relationship. I would love to pick her brain sometime and ask her especially some of the creative decisions of what happened, especially during early 343. I'd be interested in that, but again, I'm not like happy she's gone, but I'm not upset she's gone either. I don't know. I don't even know what to say about it.
It's complicated.
It's complicated.
I think that's a Facebook status, right? It's complicated.
Yeah, exactly. It's complicated. Look, I wish her the best of luck in whatever she does next. If she's just gonna kind of chill, I totally get that. I can't imagine that being a part of this franchise, especially leading it, is anything other than one of the most stressful jobs in Xbox. I'm excited for this new blood to come in. I am glad that they are taking her responsibilities and now divvying it up between 3 different people. I imagine that somebody, whether it was her or Phil over at Xbox, I'm sure somebody was looking at that situation and going like, okay, this is too much for one person. Especially when, and think about it like this, when 343 first started, you had Bonnie Ross leading a studio that was doing Halo CE Anniversary and Halo 4. And like that was it. And then there was the Master Chief Collection thing, right? And then there was Halo 5. But like, okay, now you got the TV show, you got the games, you got the live service of the game of Halo Infinite, you have whatever other projects that they're working on. So like, maybe when you first start, like you don't realize how much there is, and it's not until you get to this point when you can kind of like take a step back and go like, oh my god, like there's way too much responsibility for the studio head here. Sorry, I don't know if you can hear my dog walking across the floor, but his little feet are pitter patter. I don't know, it's a lot. I think it's a lot, and so they're divvying it up upon 3 people now, which I think is good.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how like a new era will be like grown here with 3 different people on these one sets, individual tasks now, and see how decisions are going to be made now moving forward, because I guess at some point those 3 people may need to have to work together and also like create decisions and all that stuff, and there could be their own sets of problems there, because maybe one person will have one vision here, the other person may have another vision there, and so on and so forth, right? So like it could be interesting to see what Halo's going to be looking like in the next year or so now.
Yeah, that's a really
who knows,
good
maybe
question.
it might be 2 or 3 years before we start seeing like actual changes coming through, right? Because we're still working on stuff that I guess Bonnie Ross would have been working on right now, which of course may still be scheduled to come out at some point.
Yeah, and here's the interesting thing too, right? It's like, okay, you got Halo Infinite, which is being run by Joseph Staten now, right? Like, whew, okay, cool. I'm good there. Like I feel good about that. No, the changes aren't going to happen immediately. And Joseph Staten basically said, look, we're going to have to just eat shit for like a year or 2 before like this is finally what it should be. I got all the faith in Joe Staten in the world. Let him do his thing. Like, I'm good to go there. There's other projects and other properties, or not properties. There's other projects though. Bonnie Ross had talked about how there were projects like that were other side Halo games that were supposed to release over the lifespan of Halo Infinite. It's been speculated that maybe it's a Blue Team game, maybe it's an Osiris game, like who knows what kind of game it is, but there's got to be
a Halo fighting game. I don't know.
Maybe it's a Halo
Just
fighting game. Yeah, so being studio head, like there's a ton of projects that are going on right now, and thankfully it's kind of in a good spot, right? Like if you were going to have a new person come in, like think about it. Bonnie Ross was there. Like let's take a look at like maybe the last 2 years or so, right? You got the Halo TV show in development. You got Halo Infinite in development. You got hit with the pandemic and everything is getting delayed and everything's harder. So like the fact that right now, okay, you got Halo Infinite under the guidance of Joseph Staten, the Halo TV show, it's they're starting to film season 2 now, which the point that I'm trying to make is like you're not trying to fit everything all in together like right now, trying to make it all happen. Like okay, it's there now, it's season 2. Like you don't have to do as much work when you're having a season 2 going on than a season 1, where like you're trying to find actors, you're trying to find somebody to produce it, somebody to publish it. So like right now seems like a good time for there to be a change in leadership because everything is kind of rolling already. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Right. It's making me wonder now though, like, would you rather have the baton passed to you in the middle of development for like, a current game, or have the baton passed to you when that's done and you are now moving forward onto a new project or a new game altogether?
Well, where do you think we are right now?
What is much more difficult right now, right? Like, would it be more difficult to work on Halo 7, let's say, for example,
Yeah.
starting off with Halo 7, or in the middle of Halo Infinite?
Well, so I would say that right now actually is probably more of the like it's done and now we're about to start working on the next thing is what I'm thinking. Like, are we in the middle of Halo Infinite? Yeah, like it still feels like we're in the very beginning of Halo Infinite, right? We're still waiting for basic features and things to come to Halo Infinite. But like that team is there and they're doing that. If you're the studio head, like you're looking at you're already looking at what's next. Like Bonnie Ross isn't sitting there going like, let's make some decisions about Halo Infinite. Like that's already done for a studio head, right? They're looking at, okay, what are the next projects? What are the next things that's happening? And honestly, Bonnie Ross has probably been looking at those things for a while. So, in this weird kind of like cycle of like, and it's a good question that you have, like, would you rather have it passed, in the middle of things or when the game is done? It's like, I don't even know if like when things are done even exists anymore in modern gaming. You know what I mean?
Right. I see what you mean.
So I don't know. It's weird for this to be happening. Not, I shouldn't say it's weird for it to be happening right now. It's just kind of surprising. Game Warrior says Halo Infinite is the flagship of Xbox. It should be. Yeah, it should be. I don't know if it is, but it should be. If I had to say something was the flagship of Xbox, I'd actually say it's Game Pass, even though that's not a game. It's kind of Game Pass. That's kind of the reason to have an Xbox right now. I wish it was Halo Infinite, but I don't know if that's really exactly what I would say,
Right, yeah. Unless you say Halo is just Halo in general, the name Halo.
That's fair. Yeah, I could get behind that. Like I would say Halo is like the flag franchise of Xbox. Yeah, I'd get behind that for sure. And Halo Infinite should be the flagship of Xbox. Like Game Warrior is right, but it doesn't feel that way,
Okay.
So yeah. So if you're wondering, the new studio head, what he's worked on before, what he was doing before this. Did I already say this? I did say what he's doing now. But he's the guy who's responsible for the Master Chief Collection. And not the Master Chief Collection when it first released. We're talking Master Chief Collection as it was getting fixed and as it was getting, as they were sort of fixing everything and redoing everything and, coming up with sort of like the battle passes for the Master Chief Collection and everything like that. So he's definitely one of the more successful leaders, I would say. Like if there's one area that, 343, like I would say really shined in, it was the fixing of the Master Chief Collection, which is crazy to say because it's like, okay, well, it didn't launch right. Yeah, true. But as they were fixing it and as they were putting features in and as they were adding games to it and bringing it to PC, I think it's one of those things that you can look at and go like, yeah, okay, like whoever was doing that was doing a good job. And now that guy is going to be leading the whole studio. So I think it's a very appropriate hire, I guess is the point that I'm trying to make too.
Almost sounds like he might be the fixer of things.
Bringing in the fixer.
Right? There you go.
The Halo fixer.
Yeah, I got the Halo. Yeah, there you go. You got your Halo fixer now.
He's like the monitor.
Yeah. Maybe there really is a 343 out there.
He's 3 for 3. Oh my god.
I mean, if he fixes Halo Infinite, he'll be 2 for 2. So.
Yeah, that would be. I mean, I would probably give the credit to Joseph Staten, but I get what you're saying for sure. If he fixes the franchise, hey, you know what? There you go.
At that point, it'd be two for two.
And that's a pretty solid fix right there. So the reaction from the community, I don't even know if it's worth going over this, but you know what? No, I'm not even going to go over it. Look, there's some shitty people who are out there. Okay. You got some shitty people who are out there, and they've had some unkind things to say. I will say I'm a little bit surprised in some of the hypocrisy here of people going, hey, I've been, people who have been angry about 343 and angry with 343 for the last couple of days, the last week or so, ever since that roadmap released, and then are going like, well, Bonnie Ross is blameless. I don't understand why, she's moving on, or why people are happy she's leaving. It's like, I don't know. If you've been upset and angry with 343, this is the natural outcome, is Bonnie Ross moving on and leaving. So, that's where you're at. So I guess in that way, like, I've been so down on 343 until Halo Infinite. So I feel really mixed about it. Like, I really like this game. I really like Halo Infinite. I get that it's not content complete, but like, I like it. I like the maps. I like the way the game feels. Again, I get that it's not content complete. I get that that's a huge deal, but for somebody who's been waiting for a really good Halo that feels good and plays really good, my favorite Halo multiplayer was Halo 2, followed by Halo 5, but I would put Halo Infinite above Halo 5, and honestly, I might even put Halo Infinite above Halo 2. Like, I really like the way that Halo Infinite feels. It's just lacking content, lacking features, and that's really unfortunate. I don't know.
For now. Unfortunately, we just have to kind of wait it out, right?
Like this game in 2 years, like, probably be amazing. Maybe
right,
even 1 year.
But there is nothing that we can do at this particular moment to change anything, so we just kind of got to deal with the hand we're dealt.
That's true. Got to deal with the hand. How do you feel about Halo moving forward without Bonnie Ross and with this guy coming in from?
I think
saving the Master Chief Collection?
It's the exchanging of a baton, if you will, but also I feel like there could be a new era of Halo on the horizon. Right? Who knows? It could be really exciting. He might have some really cool ideas up his sleeve in regards to the Halo universe.
What's kind of interesting?
Some cool ideas that he wants to see come to fruition with the Halo TV series, season 2 or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. But you ready for something interesting?
What's that?
Jason Jones, head of Bungie, was in charge of Halo for about 10 years. Bonnie Ross, studio head of 343, about 10 years. And now this is like the third changing of, or passing of the baton, as you put it, into new hands. So it's kind of like, this is sort of like the time for this to happen.
Yeah, I guess that would make sense. Could be a contract expiration or something.
Oh, that's interesting. I never even thought about that.
Could be something like that. Or like, maybe with the pandemic and all that kind of stuff, there could have been miscommunication, and then, it's like, oh, hey, the pandemic. Okay, well, maybe we should extend it for 2 years, or maybe the contract could get extended for 2 years. Maybe it should be a full 2 years of work or whatever, like all that kind of stuff. But again, reiterating what was said earlier, we'll never know, right? So
not until the Bonnie Ross book comes out, we won't know.
Bonnie the Boss book.
Bonnie the Boss book, exactly. So yeah, I mean, look, that's kind of what's going on right now. I think that there was something else that had popped up today. Oh, I don't know if it's even worth having in this conversation. Master Chief Collection is no longer going to continue or have any plans to have microtransactions in it. So if you hate microtransactions, congratulations.
Wait, so hold on. They stopped. They said they weren't going to announce, or they weren't going to do it, and then they said they're going to do it, and now they're saying they're not going to do it?
Well, at some point they said that they were going to do it, or they were thinking about it, and they were basically going to let people buy the Spartan points or whatever, so that way they could just kind of unlock whatever they want. Enough people freaked out about it, and they're like, okay, I guess we won't do that then.
Okay. I mean, Is there a way? Are they going to make it a way? Man, I can't English today. Are they going to make?
I thought you were about to start singing that one
to do
Red Hot
Spartan points, huh?
I thought you were about to start doing that Red Hot Chili Pepper song. Give it away, give it away, give it away, give it away. Like you were. Sorry, it's a bad joke. Sorry, dude. Oh my god. I feel so off tonight, dude. I apologize. The way you were saying it, it sounded like the one guy from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. So I thought that that was a fun thing to point out. But then I realized I was interrupting you. And then you were like, what the fuck are you doing, Trax? I'm in the middle of a sentence here. So I apologize.
Oh. Okay. You said train of thought just we got derailed.
God damn it, dude. I'm sorry.
It got completely.
I apologize. You were talking about.
The train is no longer on the tracks.
You were talking about Spartan points.
Unintended.
You're talking about Spartan points and how you're not going to be able to buy them anymore.
Right. Was there? Did they announce like some kind of other like way that we would be able to earn Spartan points more, or are we just capped off at specifically the challenges that are there right now for the week? Like, so we have to wait like next week to find out that, oh, I can get another like maybe 20 more Spartan points kind of thing.
I didn't see anything beyond we're not going to bring microtransactions to Halo Master Chief Collection.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please, if they could make it easier for Spartan points, maybe even like give us commendations or something in the games that also give us Spartan points or something, just to, you know, just to help keep it going. Because like I'm not gonna lie, I've definitely been playing more MCC by myself than I have.
Oh, really?
Than I have, yeah. Because I haven't been playing Halo Infinite unless I'm with other people. I can't get myself to play Halo Infinite unless I'm with other people.
Interesting.
But I've been enjoying kind of going back, and that satisfaction of like, hey, I earned a couple Spartan points that I could use to spend on this pass has been much more. It's been better than just randomly unlocking stuff on a battle pass.
Right.
And that's kind of how it feels in Halo Infinite, and it doesn't feel like I earned it. I just feel like I just unlocked it because they're like, hey, free shit.
Yeah, I get that. I get that.
So yeah, I kind of gone back to MCC for the time being, unless I'm playing like Infinite with other people, which I have played. I tried the Yappening, I think it was last night. What was it? Today's Wednesday, right? Okay. Yeah, last night with Shadow.
What'd you think?
Yeah, Shadow and Cow. It was interesting, I suppose. I thought the game types would be definitely far goofier, if you will.
Okay.
Because I know like the Yappening in the past has definitely had quite interesting game types, like there was like a needler mosh pit or something like that in MCC, where like everybody had needlers, and there was like blowback from like the needler explosions and such while you guys were playing King of the Hill, right? So like you have all these like unlimited needles flying around everywhere. You're trying to get into the hill, and like the explosions of the needles are kind of pushing everyone else back, so it's making it a little bit more difficult to capture points. So like I was expecting a far more crazier rendition of like those kinds of those game types. Like I don't know, maybe like what's the one with the seeds? What's the game type with the seeds?
Stockpile.
Like maybe stockpile with lower gravity or something, you know? All of a sudden, like you're trying to make your way across the map with, or like you're trying to throw these seeds, and then maybe they're being thrown much farther just because of the lower gravity, you know?
Right. Those sound a lot more goofy and fun than the
Fiesta with stockpile. Like I think that's what it was, right? Fiesta stockpile.
Fiesta with stockpile. Fiesta Slayer. The goofiest that it got was like skewers and rockets, where everybody was just firing rockets at each other. So like that's about like the goofiest it got.
Oh really? I got shoddy snipers. I got Fiesta. I got Fiesta stockpile, I think.
Yeah.
I never got that rocket launcher skewer thing.
That's a fun. That is
so.
fun. That was really fun to me. I thought that was like a really fun game mode, and something I feel like we would have done in like a custom game on like a community night or something like that, you know?
Right. Yeah, we definitely would have. I know we've definitely done stuff like that on community game nights in the past.
But you're right. Big Team Fiesta isn't necessarily like the goofiest thing, but you know, more casual, you know, than a regular big team battle, I guess.
That's true. Any news on Forge or anything at all?
It's on its way.
That's it. I figured maybe you would have something on Forge. I know you've been keeping up with it.
Well, I was, and then sort of the Forge leaks and stuff like that kind of slowed down a bit because, you know, we kind of got everything. You know, everything came out. People are still messing around with it and stuff like that. What's been happening lately is people have been finding Halo 5 weapons, but it's not really a Forge thing as much as it is like people data mining Halo Infinite on PC. So I've seen some like custom games where people are running around shooting like the Halo 5 shotgun, the Halo 5 pistol and stuff like that. So yeah, there's not really a whole lot about Forge that's been coming out, at least from the people who I normally follow to look for that kind of thing. So I think it's slowed down. Like it hasn't stopped, but it's slowed down a lot. It looks like Rebs Gaming says, I'm always amazed by the time and effort that Forgers put into creating maps, especially the extra details like this car wash by Saucy Situation. So people have been just like making cool rooms and stuff like that. Somebody recreated, and I don't even know if this was like a recent thing or if it happened a while ago, but like basically Andy's room from Toy Story looks exactly like Andy's room from Toy Story, which is really cool. So
that's
it's just
insane.
It's kind of stuff like that. Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily.
Are you one of those toy soldiers in that situation?
Yeah, right. You're like a toy Spartan, basically.
Just looking around and you're just seeing this massive bed frame and like Buzz Lightyear flying with style.
Yeah, exactly.
That was called.
343 had put out this 30-minute Forge video that kind of just talked about what you could do. I mean, some of the maps there look absolutely amazing. They don't look like Forge maps at all. So anybody who's dude, I'll put it in the Discord. I mean, it's pretty. It's like a city, and it looks like a dev made map. So I'm very optimistic about what Forge will do for Halo when it comes to like maps and stuff like that. Like, I don't think Forge maps are going to look like Forge maps anymore when they're done by some of these like really skilled forgers, cartographers, whatever they call themselves.
I think cartographers is what they ended up calling themselves.
Yeah, there you go. So,
okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for Forge. There's not that much else going on.
I'm going to have to check out that 30-minute video. I'm kind of curious about it, actually.
Yeah, Duty Bounce says that he sent you the video of the Forge stuff.
Oh, yeah, he sent me videos of Forge stuff, in the past for sure, but I was actually referring specifically to that 30-minute video that you were talking about.
Yeah, okay. I'll definitely put that into the Discord so that way you can check it out.
Okay.
Cool. All right, we got anything in the community corner?
Right, yeah, we do have questions. We have a theme of the week, and that's thanks to Rabble Just Rabble.
Nice, Rabble.
Yeah, Rabble came in clutch today, or XSC came in clutch on Monday, and I never had time to post it until today, unfortunately. And he said, today's theme is bodies of water. Be it a lake, ocean, your neighbor's pool, a hot tub time machine, or even your bathtub.
Nice.
So, first question comes from Rabble Just Rabble, and he asks, would you prefer to swim in a pool, lake, or a hot tub?
I'd love to just kind of sit in a hot tub. I don't know if I would really consider it swimming in a hot tub, but I'll go with the hot tub.
Hot tub?
Yeah.
I feel like you're probably hoping for a time machine in there.
What? Wait, why? What do you mean?
Hot tub time machine.
A hot tub time machine?
It's a movie.
Oh, I'm so lost. What movie has a hot tub time machine?
The movie called Hot Tub Time Machine.
I've never heard of this movie.
Oh. Okay.
Dude, I was so confused. I was like, a time machine? Where the hell?
No, there is actually a movie called Hot Tub Time Machine.
I gotta look this up.
Okay. All right. I would prefer to swim in a lake. Swim with the fishes, if you will.
Wow, John Cusack is in it? What is happening here? And Craig Robinson? I am so confused.
Yeah, it was a comedy movie that came out like
Rob
a while ago.
Wow, you got some good people in here.
Next question comes from Rabble Just Rabble, and Rabble asks, when you're at a hotel, do you ever transfer from the hot tub straight to the pool?
Yes, 100%. Yeah, you shock your body into the cool water. Oh yeah.
When you're at a hotel, do you ever I don't usually. I mean, I've never. Is there always hot tubs next to a pool at a hotel?
Usually, yeah. What is going on?
No, I've never transferred from the hot tub straight to the pool. Maybe the other way around. Maybe a pool straight to a hot tub, or like pool dry off and then go into the hot tub, I suppose, but not
100%.
the other way around.
100%, 100%. Yeah, pool to hot tub is a no-brainer for sure. That's nice. Hot tub to pool, you gotta want to get uncomfortable. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. Next question also comes from Rabble Just Rabble, and Rabble asks, Chief and Brohammer are returning from a mission on Zeta Halo when they spot the banished yacht club having a party in the sea below them. The ships are arranged in a circle that Chief could nail should he decide to jump from the Pelican. Okay. Chief wants to crash the party. Right. Does he A. Cannonball, B. Swan dive with perfect form, C. purposefully belly flop to assert dominance, or D. call in a Mac round from orbit?
I think Chief is going swan dive right through the middle of a boat, actually.
I'm thinking Chief is calling in a Mac round from orbit because he's not stupid enough to jump into water.
You don't think he would ever want to party, though?
No. This is Chief. Then his partying is slaying Covenant.
Yeah, he doesn't have time to party, dude.
He doesn't have time to party.
He ain't got no time to
party. Freaking Mac, because he knows that if he goes in even a teaspoon of water, he's dead. So like, why?
He's like a 1-year-old. If there's an inch of water, then there's like a 30% chance of drowning. Yeah,
exactly, right? Oh, just gone. So like, calling in a Mac round from out of orbit, no brainer. Cannonball, he's dead. Swan dive, he's dead. Purposely to belly flop to assert dominance, he's dead. He's landing in water.
All right, let's say water wasn't the death of him. Let's say he would have like little propellers or something like that would kind of like bring him up to the surface. How do you think he jumps into a pool?
What? How does he jump into a pool?
Or lake or whatever? Like how does Chief get into the water? Wait, how did Chief get in the water in Halo 2?
I think he would get as close as he can to the water and try to like, stick his like toe in and then just like very slowly want to make his way in.
You think he would toe dip? Master
Sure.
Jumps
in why not?
Water. Take a look at this real quick. Okay, so he's doing a lot of kind of swan divey sort of looking things out of airplanes. But in Halo 2, he's running. He just jumps feet first, it looks like, into the water.
Oh, yeah?
Okay, well, let's see here. He lands on his back, though. He jumps very not elegant. Yeah, he jumps. His legs and his arms are kind of flailing around. He's going feet first, but it looks like he lands on his back, actually. So belly flop might actually be the closest.
Yeah, well, then he's purposefully belly flopping to assert dominance.
Yeah, you're right.
Unless he is the Mac round from out of orbit.
He's the Mac round who gets fired down and then lands on his back belly flop and poof, it's back flop.
Asserting dominance. There you go.
Dominance.
All right. He starts off as a cannonball, but he has to slow down in order for him to not get splattered by, like, water.
Exactly.
So then he goes into swan dive just to slow himself down a bit, and then purposefully belly flops to assert his dominance, and he is the Mac round from. He is all of them in one go.
He's all of them. Perfect.
That's the answer, Rabble. Is that correct? Tune in next time to find out. Final question comes from Game Warrior, and Game Warrior asks, how do feel about 343 break their promise about split screen in every Halo title after Halo 5?
Well, I mean, there's really only been one title since Halo 5, and that's Halo Infinite. Like, you weren't going to get split screen with, I don't think Halo Wars 2, there was ever a promise of split screen, and I don't even know if Halo Wars 1 had split screen. But it's only one game here. Halo 5 purposefully did not have split screen. I personally am not bothered by it. I don't play split screen. I don't like split screen. Ever since Halo 2 came out, well, ever since Xbox Live, ever since I started playing Halo on Xbox Live, I've been unable to go back to split screen really. So it doesn't bother me, and it's not something that I need. I think the communication was bad. I think what they could have / should have said was, guys, here's what's like, here's the issue we're running into. We can't solve it. Or it's going to take so much time and we have these other things that need to get done. So maybe we'll come back to split screen, but right now we got to go attend to this other thing and then we'll come back for it. To not really say anything and just kind of go like, yeah, we're not going to continue that. We're not going to do that is not a good look. And then for people to be able to glitch the game and access split screen anyway, in a way that seems to work for a lot of people, it just makes it even more confusing. So you didn't communicate enough. You got found out. People were able to find it anyway. And so now it just doesn't look good.
Right. I mean, it sucks, yeah, split screen not being around for the next Halo title, but we've kind of gone through it with Halo 5 anyways, right? So we had to acclimate and adapt, and that's what we did. You had to buy an extra Xbox or something just to be able to play couch co-op with your friend or something, which is very unfortunate. But
yeah,
when I'm doing a System Link party, I'm not looking at Halo Infinite or Halo 5 to be able to do that. I'm looking at MCC instead, right? So
right.
if I'm going to do split screen, I'm going to be just doing it in MCC. I hate that I have to say that, but unfortunately, that's just the way the cookie's crumbling right now. And we just got to make do with what we got.
Yeah. I think that regardless of whether they decide to come back to it later on or why they're moving on from it, there needs to be communication on that. And the fact that people were able to glitch the game and find split screen anyway, and it kind of works, is really just that. I think that's kind of the worst look. And they still haven't said anything about that, so whatever.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is what it is. We just gotta have to take what we can get at this point right now, just for now, until they get solid footing again, and they can act, and they can keep up with said promises. Yeah, I know it kind of sounds kind of harsh to say, but at this particular moment, we just kind of have to. What are we gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
We can't force them to speed up or anything, and if we do, then you're just not gonna have something that you want that's gonna work properly, right? Maybe they can outsource some more. Maybe they can get some of the people that are making some incredible Halo modded content and all that stuff on their own, get them onto the development team to help them sort things out for Halo Infinite. I think that was something that you brought up 2 episodes ago. I want to say we brought up a question in regards to oh, hey, what would you do if you were Phil Spencer in this situation and you were in charge of Halo or something? Well, let's get some more people in here.
Hire them up. Let's get some people in here.
Let's get some more people that are passionate about Halo, and let's try to get this ball actually rolling.
Exactly.
Would it be costly? Probably, more than likely.
Yeah.
Would it be worth it? No idea. I'm not a business mind.
Well, it would satisfy a core group. I mean, the amount of press that they got about not having split screen, it's just a PR nightmare for them. So it's almost like maybe it's worth it to develop it just to avoid the negative attention. But I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is there.
Some would say the flip side of that coin is any publicity is... What was it? Negative publicity is any publicity or something? I can't remember what it was.
That's true. I saw this one tweet that said something for a dead game, people are sure talking a lot about it. And I thought that was kind of interesting. yeah, even if people say the game is dead, like clearly there's attention around it and people are interested in it and paying attention to it. So, you know what? I think that it's one of those things where like Halo being in the light for negative reasons like isn't the best thing in the world, but at the same time it's way better than apathy. I'd rather people be angry than just not give a fuck at all. And look, sure, some people don't care anymore, but what I normally see is people very angry or very happy. And so it's like, I'll take that over apathy. So
okay. So that wraps up all the questions from the company trap or community corner, whatever it is that we have
I'll call it company
officially
trap.
dubbed it.
Well, everybody.
No, I don't know if that was official as of yet. I can't remember if it was. It was a joke that I made up in 2 episodes ago that ended up being cut anyways. So
no, I like company trap. Everybody who put something into the company trap, thank you very much. And we're you ready to wrap it up, Mystery?
It's been a very long day for me, and I hate that we are wrapping it up this early.
It's okay.
But I do have another long day ahead of me tomorrow, so unfortunately, yeah, I think I am up for wrapping it up. I apologize for such a short podcast.
Don't apologize. Look, people can listen to a shorter podcast. That's okay. You guys got more time to listen to other things that you want to. Okay, we made it easy for you. We love you all. Enjoy the rest of your week. Mystery, what do you got going on this week?
Tomorrow is Dungeons and Dragons, continuing the Curse of Strahd run. Almost all of our characters died last week.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was insane. So I don't know, we might have a very different set of objectives this week. Because we almost died, and some of our newer characters that came into fruition a couple of months ago have now met Strahd for the first time. Strahd being the main villain of the campaign. So I don't know, maybe things will change in regards to group dynamics and all that stuff in the future. So check that out on twitch.tv/REALMISTRY.
Okay, perfect. You can catch me on, you can catch us on TikTok and on Discord. Red Spartan Podcast on TikTok. Discord link will be in the show notes in the show description. You can find me on Twitter at DaddyTraxLive1 or DaddyTrax1. I forget what it is, but you search DaddyTrax, you'll find me. And that's pretty much it. I am still going through these early stages at my new job. And it is a lot to take in. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of studying. So I am around, but I am also kind of like having a hard time kind of keeping up with things. So I apologize if you reach out to me on Discord and I don't get back to you right away. I apologize, but I will get back to you. And I think that's pretty much it. So for Real Mystery, I am DaddyTrax. This has been episode whatever this is. What is it?
97, I think.
Episode 97. We're coming up on 100. Wow, that's kind of crazy. Coming up on episode 100, and we will see you all next week. All right, enjoy your night. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye. So what, did they have the state of play today? Is that why they had the announcement for Tekken 8?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna have to take a look into that. I feel like they did state of play because I'm seeing Tekken 8 official announcement trailer, state of play 2022. It's insane.
It's insane.
Oh, Tekken 8 was yesterday, says Paige. Oh, hi Paige. Wait, hi Paige.